Curt Johnson is the chief soccer officer for North Carolina FC and the North Carolina Courage, and he joins us, or the NC Courage, and he joins us on the Adam Gold Show. I think like many of us, we have been smitten by watching this team, a resurgent women's national team, play, and a lot of familiar names and faces are on this team, and maybe, certainly a current member of the NC Courage standing in the way of a gold medal. First, have you enjoyed watching this resurgent U.S. team as much as we have?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. You know, they play so well together. They grind when they need to grind, and they score some magical goals when that's needed as well. It's been fun.
All right, let's first of all, for people who don't know, Fox was here last year. Now plays for Arsenal. Crystal Dunn, legend of the Courage. Lynn Williams, one of my favorite players that you have ever had at the club. Casey Murphy has been a backup to Alyssa Nair, and Caroline, who will stand in the way for Brazil. So all of those faces people will remember. Like, yeah, we watched them play. First of all, Caroline has been tremendous. And we've had also the opportunity to watch Marta, who's one of the legends of the sport, maybe play her last big international tournament.
Yeah. All of the above, and Courtney Vine, new Courage player playing for Australia. Cindy Collins injured right before the Olympics, but was with the Canadian national team. Yeah, the list goes on.
It is business as usual. What have you liked? Curt Johnson is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. What have you liked about, because there was so much angst over the way they bowed out of the World Cup, and it's not really the same team, and there were injuries. Mal Swanson didn't play last year when you were down in Australia, kind of almost agreeing to be our correspondent to a certain extent. So it's sort of the same group, but it's not the same group. Is it really enough to say that Emma Hayes has done such great work as the head coach that she's changed really the way they maybe feel about things?
I think that is definitely part of it. I think there's a new enthusiasm in the group. I think when you win, whatever the sport is, individual or team sports, when you win, it's hard to make changes, and when you win back-to-back World Cups, you feel an allegiance to some of those players that did it. And I think that was part of the opportunity as well as part of the problem in last summer's World Cup. Mal Swanson's injury, we see that now as a huge problem with regard to that team and their performance. And Emma Hayes, done a great job. So I think it's a little bit of everything.
Curt Johnson is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Swanson, Trinity Rodman, Sophia Smith. I know we're trying to come up with all sorts of nicknames for just how absolutely dominant they have been. Rodman is one of my favorite players in the world to watch. I know she plays for Portland. Sorry about that. But she has been, they've all been clutch. Smith scoring the goal that ultimately beat Germany on the feed from Mal Swanson. Great through ball, really right up the middle, and super touch to get it past the keeper. But Rodman's goal against Japan, when it looked like Japan was playing for penalties the entire game, was just an absolute thing of brilliance.
It was. It was as picture perfect a goal as you're going to have in that type of moment. And I think, so we have players that have stepped up and scored those types of goals, which obviously makes a huge difference. I think also the back four or back three that have basically played all the minutes, Crystal Dunn, Naomi Yerma, as well as Emily Fox, they've grinded, right? They have just been so close to flawless that it's enabled the game to go on and for the forwards to find that moment, and a couple of overtime goals.
Yeah.
So you needed that back group to get you in that position against strong teams.
And it was Dunn's assist that got the ball up to Rodman for the goal against Japan. When Emma Hayes says that Naomi Girma is the best she has ever seen at center back, Emma Hayes has seen a lot of football.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, is it even – I don't even know how to process that. She's so young. I mean, the first time I ever heard of her was last World Cup. Like, how do you when you look at Naomi? What are you seeing something that Emma Hayes is also seeing?
I do see it. Yeah, I think that she just is such a good decision maker. So good on the ball. Such a good athlete, and her timing. I do see that. I think Emily Fox has played incredibly well.
She's been great
as well. And I think that Crystal Dunn, although not at her peak, she's so savvy and so up for the moment that those three, I mean, you're not going to find anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, Crystal has been great. Emily Fox is probably one of the unsung heroes of that team. Very, very quietly going about her business and has been absolutely super solid throughout. By the way, you guys are in playoff position, the NC Courage. What are you doing during this little break here?
Yeah, I hope the players and coaches are resting some. We've got a few days off this week, which are much needed. But I also know that they're feeling great. We played really well as a whole over the first 2/3 of the season and kind of built as it's gone along, in a great position to add back some injured players as well as some new signings, in particular offensively, which I think will help our group. So I think the group is feeling really good about themselves, and they should be. A lot of optimism for the home stretch here, late August, September, October, and then the playoffs.
Yeah, your first match back is the 25th of this month. Was it at Seattle? And then your next home game, if I have this correct, is the KC Current on the 1st of September. Are you amazed, as I am? Because I remember spending some time with Lynn Williams. Gosh, I don't even know. It was probably 6 or 7 years ago. And she came in the studio. And, she's got a great personality, but she's also a world-class player. And she's basically been this almost permanent, fill-in. But she comes on late, and she has impacted every game she's played in.
Yeah. Lynn, and I think I put Crystal in this category as well. They're two of the few players in the world that can be both one of the best offensive players on the field and one of the best defensive players on the field at the same time. They're just so versatile. And in particular, Lynn, she just has this engine, desire, and ability to score goals that, your teammates feed off of. Incredible teammate.
Yeah, 42 goals, by the way, in 4 seasons for the Courage back in the day. Look, I'm looking forward to the end of your season. I'm looking forward to the gold medal match tomorrow against Brazil. Are you surprised it's not Spain?
Well, yes. I think when you look at the first couple of games of the tournament, you thought, Spain's going to be there. But I'm not sure that they have gotten better throughout the whole tournament. I think they kind of stagnated. I don't know exactly why, but Brazil, on the other hand, has gotten better and better. Carolyn's gotten more involved as she's come back from her injury. they're a wild card. You have no idea who they're going to start, exactly where players are going to play. Whereas the U.S., you know exactly what the lineup is going to be and basically how they're going to approach it, barring injuries.
Curt Johnson, at Curt Johnson 17, North Carolina Courage and NCFC Chief Soccer Officer. He joins us on the Adam Gold Show. I thank you very much. Enjoy the match. Enjoy, all your what you're doing now with your family as well. So I will talk to you very soon, sir. Thanks for your time.
Great to talk with you. Thanks.